Welcome to another episode of Jay Leno's Garage, or this week it's Jay Leno's Green Garage, because we're going to be talking about electric power. You know, in some ways, we're in the same position now as we were almost 100 years ago. In 1909, the three brands of power were steam, electric, gasoline. Well, steam is pretty much gone, but now we're battling out. Electric coming back up, even hydrogen, even biofuel. But let's concentrate on electric, because that seems to be the hot one right now. This, of course, my 1909 Baker Electric, 2009 Mini Electric. How far have we come? Let's talk to some of the engineers behind this. Nadine and Anton. Come on in here, you guys. Now, Anton, you are the chief engineer.
That's right.
And
Hi,
Nadine.
Jay.
Hello.
How are you? Now, we met before on the
Yes.
hydrogen project, too.
That's
So
true.
you like anything but gasoline. You like all the alternatives.
That's my passion, yeah.
Pretty amazing vehicle. I got a chance to ride it. We'll take a ride in it again in just a little bit. How different is it from the standard Mini that you were going to buy?
So basically the difference is the propulsion. You have here a pure electrical drive.
Right.
And comparing to a Mini, to a common Mini, you have here zero emission.
Okay, so you have zero emissions. Okay.
Exactly.
And what is your range?
Well, the range is between 100 and 120 miles.
Okay. Now, is that with like a naked Japanese hunger striker going like this?
With that, you can get up to 150 miles,
Wow,
actually.
okay.
So 100 to 120 is really under realistic conditions.
Okay. Now, unlike this car, which had a top speed of 23 miles an hour, top speed is what? About
95.
About 95
Yeah.
miles an hour. Okay. I have to admit, I didn't notice any difference from a regular Mini. It's a bit heavier. This does not have regenerative braking. Obviously, this does.
This one has.
Explain what regenerative braking is to people.
This means when you brake, you do not use the brake for heating the wheels. You use the energy for recharging a battery.
Right, so every time you take your foot off the gas, if you don't know what this means, remember the old bicycle you used to have with the generator rubbed against the wheel, and the faster you went, the lights would get brighter? That's basically what it does. When you step off the gas, you're putting electricity back in. You create friction, which runs the electric motor, which puts electricity back in. So going down a long hill, for example, you would put back how many amps, whatever it is.
But you can increase actually the range by 20% just through the recuperation.
Okay, now this uses standard lead acid batteries, which are pretty dependable. Originally, these had alkalines that Thomas Edison designed specifically for this, but alkaline battery was sort of like the lithium-ion battery of 1909. It was a battery that was going to change electric cars and do everything, and unfortunately it didn't work out that way. But a little better track record with the lithium-ion, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Now, how about hot weather, cold weather? How do you, the batteries, are they cooled? Is it just air-cooled? How do you keep the battery temperature reasonably?
They are air-cooled here.
Now, if I open this hood, what am I going to see?
You will see the power electronics.
Let's
and
take a
the
look.
engine.
Oh, let's open the hood here. Let's see. Ooh. Boy, it looks like a suitcase.
Yes, it's
Now, you've got locks here. What's in here?
This is the power electronics. We have here the three-phase converter and the DC-DC converter.
Okay, now if you open this, can we open it?
No, we can't open it because it is locked here.
That's a secret lock from the factory. You cannot. Now, unlike the regular Mini, this is only 2 seats, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, because you've got to carry your batteries.
5,088, actually.
5,088 what?
Batteries.
5,088 batteries.
Cells.
Battery
Wow.
cells. Yeah.
Obviously, you can't buy this, but you would lease it from BMW, correct?
Exactly, yeah.
So, can you charge it on house current?
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
And how long would that take?
Well, we can charge at 3 different speed levels. You can either plug into a regular 110 volt, which will take up more than 24 hours.
Wow, okay.
But what we do, we're going to lease this car out for a year to 500 customers here in the United States.
Right.
And the Mini E comes with a so-called wall box. It's a charging station.
So that's like if you had a washer dryer in your house, you have the big 3-prong deal,
Exactly.
and it's that big one.
240.
240.
wall box.
And how long does it charge on that?
2.5, 3 hours.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So you have dinner, you relax, you come back, your
Exactly.
car's all charged.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the idea.
Okay. Obviously, you use the fuel door as you're
Right.
charging, you know,
That's the trigger.
because that's where people. There's no really reason to have this door other than It's like when you get a veggie burger, it looks like a hamburger. It doesn't taste like a hamburger, but you have to make it look like a hamburger to get people to eat it. So, okay. And all your batteries, can we see the batteries or no?
No,
No.
you can't see the batteries.
You can't see the, you can't see the batteries. No, you cannot see them. Okay, and you have a big off, on and off switch here.
Exactly, yeah.
In case of an accident or something like that, you would disconnect.
And for the service. It's called the service disconnect.
Never say accident, always say service.
Yeah, it
disconnect.
sounds better, yeah.
You cannot have the accidents. No.
The interior here in the car is very similar to a common Mini. I mean, we didn't change too much. This is one of the main goals in this car. But all you can see, we have this design in the interior like it is on the outside. We have that plug here, we have this yellow color. And here in front of me, I do not see the RPM like in a common Mini. What I do see here is the state of charge, what means you can see here whether your battery is charged or not. And when I start this car, then you can see here how the state of charge goes up to roughly 80–90%.
To me, the exciting thing about the electric Mini is you actually have more horsepower acceleration-wise than you do in the gas car, don't you?
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's how it is here.
That's, I mean, for me, for things to be successful, they got to at least equal what you had before or be a little bit better. And in this, of course, there's no fuel to pay for. You've got better acceleration. And, well, we'll take it for a spin and see how it goes. Thanks, you guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks
Enjoy
a lot.
your ride.
Yeah. As soon as the Germans leave, we'll check it out. Well, it's very quiet, much like my diesel electric. With electric motors, you get your full torque from zero, and you can feel the regen braking kick in. Don't really need to use your brakes as much in this, because as you accelerate, when you get off, once you hit 40, the regen kicks in, and you feel yourself slow right down, almost as if you're applying the brakes, and that's obviously putting more electricity back into the motor. But you know, you could commute every day in this for years and never use a drop of gasoline. That's pretty cool. Feels quite solid. Pretty good weight distribution. Again, don't confuse this with something like a Prius. This is a 100% electric car. No gasoline at all under any circumstances. Looks like a standard Mini on the inside. I assume it's probably just one speed. You got all sorts of little power gauges here, how much power you're using. I'm being power crazy. I like to have my foot in it all the time. Electric motors have always been powerful and dependable. The trouble is, again, the range. It's always been not the motor itself, but the power source. These lithium-ion batteries are probably about the latest thing you can get. And 120 to 150 miles seems like a pretty good range. Although the Baker also goes about 100 miles on a charge, you got to remember, it only goes 22 miles an hour. And it doesn't have air conditioning, radio, and electric. This you can drive and use as a normal car. And the 2.5-hour charging time is, that's pretty impressive. People give you the thumbs up because they see the electric. Every time you blow, don't blow the horn too much, you're using electricity. Of course, in the summertime and the wintertime, I think your range would vary because electricity doesn't like cold weather, it doesn't like hot weather either. But for California, it's probably a perfect vehicle. The acceleration is pretty impressive. Look at that, you can pull away from people quite quickly. Get a little tire chirp. I got a little chirp out of it. It's actually faster, 0 to 60, than the standard Mini. The thing that impresses most is the smoothness and how quiet it is. Trouble is, there's nothing you do but drive it. I don't know how you hop this car up. Because that's really part of it. You want to hop it up. Put in like 50 pounds of battery. I don't know, just something. And the handle's okay, what? Pretty cool. Let's take it up to the freeway, see how it cruises. Rides very nicely, cruises nicely. Here comes the highway patrol. I can't tell it from a gas car on the freeway. Doesn't seem slow at all. It must be fast. The highway patrol is right on my tail. Anytime you get the thumbs up from the highway patrol, it can't be all bad. Okay, so it can't do a burnout, but it's not the end of the world. You know, it's faster than the gas car, and it doesn't use any fuel. The disadvantage, of course, little bit heavier, little bit of torque steer, but not bad. I don't think you could tell the difference. And with fuel prices being the way they are, pretty smart way to go. See you next week with something noisy that rolls and explodes and makes noise. See you then.